Welcome back to the Cellar Road Podcast. My name is Adam.
I'm Anna.
We are so excited to be here today to talk to you about our top wines of the year. We have a top 10 list for 2024. For most of those wines, you can find them, our reviews of them, on our website and on our social media accounts. What we have on the table today, though, is something really special. This is Anna and I's wine of the year.
Yeah.
It comes to us from Champagne Chartogne-Taillet. It is one of their single vineyard wines, and Anna's going to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so this is a champagne. It's 100% Pinot Meunier from a single vineyard called Philibert, and it is sandy clay, chalk soil.
No, there's no chalk on this soil. It is clay
sandy
and
limestone. It is sandy limestone.
Yeah,
it's sandy limestone, coming specifically from Montmains de Reims area, just outside of Reims, like closer to the Chartogne-Taillet train exit village, if you know where that's at. To give a little bit.
We're gonna hold for Barry real quick. I'm gonna give her some more pizza.
No, that's not big enough. Here. Bigger this.
Dropped it. She's gonna be pissed.
Dexter's like, fuck all y'all.
Yeah, fuck all y'all. So this is a 100% Pinot Meunier, Blanc de Noir, extra brut at 4 grams of sugar per liter. It is vinified in oak. The grapes, the single vineyard that this comes from, named Philibert, is a mix of sandy and limestone soils. And it is located just outside of Reims, still in the Montmains de Reims, but closer to Chartogne-Taillet, if you're familiar with the area.
So what's cool about this wine, other than the fact that it is incredible, so it's our wine of the year, so it's good. But what's cool about this wine is that it basically turns all of the mass-marketed champagne on its head.
Yeah.
So this wine is 100% Pinot Meunier, so there's no Chardonnay or Pinot Noir, and those are the grapes that are in most of the mass-marketed champagnes these days. It is a little drier than most mass-marketed champagnes, which find themselves at 6 to 9 grams of sugar per liter. And this wine does not come from chalk soils. If you know about Champagne, one of the things they love to talk about is that the wine comes from chalky soil. And so this wine comes from sandy soil with limestone in it. So this is totally different. When Anna and I discovered this wine at a wine bar in Champagne, we asked them for something unique, and this is what they brought us. And so we tasted this wine and immediately knew that it was going to be one that we were going to come back to over and over again. And that was in late April, and it is now the end of the year, and we still come back to this wine every time we talk about our favorite wines of the year. And so for us, this delicious, wonderful bottle from a small producer in Champagne is our wine of the year.
Yeah, super excited.
Let's review it.
Yeah. God, the nose is just...
And that's all. So that's our wine of the year. It's perfect. We're done. Yeah, cut. The nose is just so good.
The nose is just so good.
There's not much you can say about it other than its perfection.
I think it truly shows why I love Pinot Meunier in Champagne, and why I think it's a truly underrepresented grape. Because you have the beautiful floral notes that you do get from Pinot Noir in particular, with all of those super rich and vibrant fruit notes.
Yeah.
I've said this a million times about this bottle of champagne, but this just reminds me of London fog tea. It's got black tea notes to it, lavender, but a ton of blackberry and black cherry, and you really get that vanilla from its vinification in oak. And it's just a beautiful wine.
It is. And I think what I love about it, about the nose especially, is you can tell right away if you have a couple champagnes that are kind of mass marketed. You have your Veuve Clicquot, or you have your Moet, or one of those Palmery, and then you switch to this. You are going to tell the difference immediately. And I love it when you can so distinctly understand why this wine is special.
Yeah.
And the soil that this wine comes from, in the region that it comes from, makes it a very special wine.
Yeah.
There's not many like it.
There is really not many like it.
So, so yeah, the nose, we get the Earl Grey. We do get, though, some lovely fruity components on that nose as well. I get like spiced orange and
Oh yeah.
you know, almost some candied citrus on that. Maybe even a little candied pineapple or like desiccated pineapple. It's really, really good. You can also tell that this wine is dry.
Yes, immediately on the nose.
You know that this wine is not doesn't have a lot of sugar in it.
No, because it's just like straight lemon rind and orange rind and a little bit candied citrus, but it leans towards like not to the fruit. We're talking like candied orange peel.
Yeah.
Something along that line.
Definitely. Yep. I think what else is interesting about this is, you know, it's dry and it's dry on the nose, but you also know almost immediately that this is not Chardonnay. And a lot of the dry wines that come out of Champagne are Chardonnay.
Yeah.
And so you get this zing from this wine, but you know it's not Chardonnay. And so again, it's just this unique experience of like, what is in this glass that keeps making you come back to it?
Yeah. But here's the thing, because you also can tell that it's not Pinot Noir.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's few of the traditional Pinot Noir giveaways on the nose for this.
Yeah.
So once you taste the wine and it's on your palate, I think that's when the magic really starts to happen. Because it's bright and it's refreshing, but it's deep. This wine has layers.
Yeah.
And that's what's really interesting about it, is it just keeps going. And again, it's one of those wines that you have to keep going back to the glass for, which you want. I mean, the winemaker did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to drink every single drop of this wine out of this bottle because it's so good.
Yeah. I mean, we drank a lot of champagne in Champagne.
We did.
But I think we drank at least 4 bottles of this.
Yeah. And I dare say that we've probably had several hundred champagnes in the last 2 years together. And I think this might be the one.
Yeah.
This might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you at home, subscribe, comment, get in touch with us. We are happy to help you find this bottle of wine. This is not a large producer. It's not easy to get your hands on.
No.
We're happy to point you in the direction of the resources you'd want to help you find this wine. We're happy to help you source it because we think everybody should be able to enjoy this.
Yes.
And Anna, what's the price point on this?
It sits at right around $120 to $130.
Great. So for people who know that Champagne's expensive, it's one of the most expensive like entry level wines or barriers to entry wine regions, and so this actually isn't terribly priced for a bottle of champagne.
No, not at all.
And for this type of champagne, it's a deal.
Yeah, it is a deal.
Sounds ridiculous to say $120 is a deal, but it kind of is a deal.
It is a deal. I mean, that's at least the first 2 stars that this wine gets. One,
I was just going to say, let's transition into our star rating. So
it is a well-made wine.
Well-made, certainly true to varietal. I mean, this is Pinot Meunier. This is what makes Pinot Meunier magic.
Yeah,
if I wanted somebody to drink Pinot Meunier for an example wine,
that's exactly what I was going to say. Is that this wine, I feel, is a paradigm of what Pinot Meunier, a Blanc de Noir champagne should taste like.
I agree. Yep, absolutely. So we've got true to varietal. We've got well constructed. We have rarity. This is not easy to get. It is a small producer. It comes from Montagne de Reims, which is a kind of a traditional growing region in Champagne. But the village Murphy is not large. The producer's not large, so there's certainly that rarity aspect.
It's also still 100% Pinot Meunier, which you don't see a
also
lot of
very
in
rare.
Champagne.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't see a lot of 100% Pinot Meunier, period.
So,
so rarity there. I think the price point's right.
Yeah.
I think $120 a bottle for this is not outside the reasonable.
Yeah. No, I would pay more for this.
Yeah.
I would pay more for this.
And I think if we blind tasted this, I think we would say that this was more. I think you and I would say this wine cost way more than
Yes.
$120.
Yes.
So it's worth that. It's
Yeah.
worth that. I think how can this age? That's
So
a
this
question
is-
I have.
I do think it has potential to age. Maybe not a lot, but this is a vintage champagne. This is 2018 in particular on
great.
this bottle.
Great year. Okay.
And so I think the acid is great on it. I personally wouldn't take it past like 7 years though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still. This is a wine.
So
that's
they're
still
opening
one-
this bottle
Yeah,
in the next 2 years?
yeah, two years. So I'll give it a half a star for ageability.
Yeah, I was going to
It's-
agree with you
yeah.
there. And for me, I mean, this wine's ready now. So the reason my question about ageability was, I think you could put this down. I don't think you need to. This wine is perfect. Drink it.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't wait.
No, don't
We
worry.
didn't. So
No.
yeah, so 4.5 stars. Our wine of the year. Just goes to tell you that not every 5-star wine is the best.
Yeah.
And not every 4-star wine is the worst. So
Correct.
I think that's cool. I enjoy that we're giving our wine of the year 4.5 stars.
Yeah.
And with that, we're gonna get back to it.
Yeah,
So
I'm just gonna drink the whole entire bottle.
cheers.
Cheers.
And cut.
Bam.